Not a pretty win, but we won with our defense tonight. And I thought, we talked before the game. The first home game back from a road trip is always difficult. And all I asked was for our guys to bring the energy and the effort and to get that crowd going. And I thought we did a really good job of playing with a competitive spirit and fighting on the defensive end. I thought Alonzo was great again as far as attacking the paint. 10 defensive rebounds. That's the guy that helps you win a lot of ball games. I thought Kuzma's defense on Ingles was very impressive. He was, he was hounding them all over the court, and that he doesn't normally guard those type of players. But I thought Kuzma did a very nice job on defense. Brandon had a pretty solid all-around game, and LeBron was great down the stretch for us again.
Luke, you've been saying for a while that when you don't play well on offense, you can still win games if your defense is at that level. But why do you think that they've been able to reach it more consistently these last couple of weeks?
The defense.
Yeah, just defense.
Well, you have to want it. You have to be willing to work, and our guys do that. And then it's about just getting reps. It's anything in sports. You just got to work hard at it, and our guys do that. Whether it's in shoot around and we're doing a defensive drill, or it's during practice, we got guys who they made a commitment to themselves and to our group what they wanted to be defensively this year, and they're working towards it.
Luke, of course, you guys got the win, but to get a win with only 10 assists, what does that say about the way you're executing tonight on offense?
Well, some of it was us missing shots. We never really got in a rhythm shooting the ball. Some is Utah's a very good defensive team, and some was us playing somewhat selfish basketball. There was possessions we should have made extra passes, and we harp on that all the time. We'll continue to harp on that. We talked about it in the post game. I talked about it in the post game with the players. And it's something that we will get to as a team. And when we get there, we'll be a much better team. So we're not going to, even if we're winning games, we're not going to slack off on the coaching of making the right pass and the extra pass. And I truly believe we'll become that type of team.
But when you have a game flow like that, though, and you see a play like Lonzo made where he found JaVale, you drove the lane, found JaVale on a dump off, and obviously that's what you want in terms of sharing the ball. Is that do you see that more as recognition of for a young player, or seeing we haven't been going to this and looking for that? Or
I think with Lonzo, Lonzo always makes the extra pass. He's one guy we tell to actually hold on the ball longer. Take it until someone stops you. He naturally wants to share the ball, but I thought he did a really good job. I don't think that's the reason he did it tonight. I think he did a really nice job of being aggressive and then just reacting to the defense, because the couple plays before or after he also took it. They didn't come, and he had the left-hand layup, which is what you want. Take the ball till someone stops you, make the pass to the next open man. But he's not one of the guys I'm working with on being less selfish.
Luke, to kind of piggyback on that, is there any reason necessarily that Lonzo's been able to put a couple of these games together, at least in terms of his aggression? Was there a particular conversation, or what has clicked for him?
That's a question he'd have to answer. He works hard. He does. He's there before practice, after practice. I don't know if it's a confidence thing, a comfort thing, going back to just getting more reps. And we've actually been at it for a couple months now, as far as how long he's been able to play basketball again. It's probably a combination of all those things. But yeah, he was pretty darn good again tonight.
Luke, it seemed like guys were trying to run in transition, but that's also where a lot of the turnovers happen. You had a season high in turnovers. What do you feel like maybe guys were getting a little careless trying to run down the floor?
Well, our first problem was we weren't running. The ball pusher was running. We weren't getting there. Our other wings out and our bigs weren't running with them. So we had the ball ahead, and they had 2 or 3 guys back, and there was nowhere to go with it but try to leave it behind or finish over people. If we're going to get back to being a good running team, the wings have to be out in front leading the way, and then you put the pressure on them, on the defense. We didn't do a good job at that. Some of the turnovers in transition, I thought we tried to make the right pass. We were either fatigued or we just, I don't know, maybe that first game back from a road trip we were a little sloppy with. but yeah, the pace we were trying to play with was definitely caused a good amount of those turnovers.
Coach, you had 46 rebounds, and your defense held them to 36.8% shooting. Which of those numbers are most impressive to you?
They're both impressive. I mean, those are two of the main things we've been talking about all season. So our defense is the priority, but we can't finish off defensive possessions without rebounding. So it's to me, it's all in one with those things.
Thank you, Coach.